welcome to today's full day of eating. Today we are going to have a super high protein day, and the first thing I'm going to kick it off with today, because I'm quite hungry, I'm going to go with the protein oats. All you have to do for protein oats is literally just add instant water. All you have to do is add some hot water. I will also try and help guide you guys kind of picking out good protein porridges to have, because as you'll soon see when you go to the store, some of the things say that they're high protein when they're not actually that high protein. It's hot. Jesus, I feel my fingers burning. So you have the typical, just normal instant porridge. This is 7.8 grams of protein. Now you've got the protein version of the exact same brand, and they've labeled it as protein in big letters. But when you read the back of it, it has 12 grams of protein. So on paper, yes, this Quaker's protein version is more high protein than the regular one. However, when you factor in the price, you have to ask yourself, is it actually worth it? In the instance that this is double the price of the regular one, never ever buy it. 4 grams of protein is so minuscule and so minor that it doesn't even matter. Realistically, it's virtually the same product. Both of them have 26 grams of carbs. Unless they are virtually the same price, I wouldn't even recommend getting this one. Whereas, for example, things like these Umphy ones are 20 grams of protein. That's a big difference and a big leap from the 7.8 grams that had. For this Fuel porridge one, it says it's got added protein. This one is 8 grams of protein. That is basically the same amount as a regular porridge that you get here. Don't be misled by the labels on products. They always say protein everywhere because they want to try and trick people, hoping you don't just turn it around and look at the actual macros. One thing I forgot to say in the intro is that I'm probably going to aim from roughly around 2,500 calories while trying to hit at least 200 grams of protein. So with that being said, the very next meal, I'm going to make sure to show you a high calorie meal that's really tasty and really filling. So for those of you that are skinny, that are looking for certain meals to add into your day, take the meals that are the higher calorie ones that are nutritious as well and see how it goes. I wonder, based on the ingredients, if you already know what I'm going to cook. Then all you have to do now is get a plain tortilla, and something as simple as what you're going to do is literally just from the middle cut like one line going down. It just makes it easier when you're wrapping it. One little line like that. So we have the food all dished out. So all you have to do now is, for example, take one of the edges like I have here and literally just fold, and you're going to see that this is now going to become a nice pretty wrap, a pretty full wrap at that. Bearing in mind, I cooked a lot of food. We have now made a super filling wrap. Tastes pretty good. Things to know is, this is a very full wrap. Like, if I'm being honest, the portion size I made should probably go in 2 wraps. But because I just don't want to eat like an extra wrap just for the sake of it, I'd rather cram this one full. This was also meant to have mushrooms in it as well, but when I was looking at it, I realized that it was already going to be pretty full as it was. And if I added mushrooms to it, I knew that this one wrap was not going to close. But this should roughly be around 500 calories because that was my aim. And in terms of protein, it should be over 50 grams of protein. So people, I'm now going to eat this and then probably chill for about maybe an hour or so. Then probably going to go in my little home gym over there and probably do some weights. Try and get back into my main routine of lifting. This tastes so good. Quick post-gym, little physique. Anyways, I'm quickly going out. So I'm going to take an apple with me along with one of these layered bars for my protein. Alright peeps, I'm now back. I thought I was only going to be gone for like an hour, but it's been like 3, so I've been gone a lot longer, so I'm pretty hungry right now because that bar did not hold me over. I was going to eat food going out, but I thought no, I want to stick to the macros I can show you guys. What we're going to do quickly while I'm cooking, I'm going to eat probably about half of this pineapple, just because I just want to eat something now while I cook. And we are going to opt for making... You know what, we're going to go for the steak. We are going to go for the steak. And with the steak, we're going to have some veg. We're going to have that and probably some potatoes. So we are going to go back to actually cooking and chopping up potatoes rather than getting the potato chips that I've got in the freezer, which I am very tempted to get. But I will make some sweet potatoes because I haven't had them in so long and I do actually miss sweet potatoes. Steak is very fast to cook, so I'm going to cook that after I make my potatoes. Plus, I've been told that steak needs to come out the fridge for like 20 to 30 minutes to breathe, just so the temperature kind of changes. So we are going to cut up probably around maybe 200 grams of sweet potato. So as the potatoes cook, I'm going to start seasoning. Also, I'm going to go back to having my Mediterranean veg. Those you may remember this, half the packet of this, which is 57 calories. On a typical day, this was just like my full day of eating without like me trying to do these 2,500 and above for you guys. I would probably just have had this and the steak, just because the steak's already going to be quite a calorie dense. That's probably going to be like 470 calories probably for that steak, and then having this will probably put it around that 500 marker in terms of total. Whereas, for example, me having the potatoes as well, that's probably going to add on almost 200 calories for the amount that I had, plus that. So this whole meal probably going to be looking at around 750 calories maybe. So this is definitely a high calorie meal for those of you that struggle to kind of put on weight. Eating this will do that, but I wouldn't recommend having red meat super frequent just because they say it takes long to digest. But it does taste good, but it also has a lot of fat with it. For example, per 100 grams is 12 grams of fat. This is 225, so we're looking at probably around almost 30 grams of fat in that, and it's animal fat as well. But for those of you that need the odd meals to fill your calories, so now the meat is now to my liking. It is missing some mixed herbs, but I haven't got any here. I think I must have ran out and forgot to buy some. But yeah, so that is it. I've done both sides. One side I coated more than the others because I don't think I need an excessive amount. I only put the salt on one side as well. But yeah, I've tried this recipe because I've done this steak twice because I do prep for these full day of eating, so I try it to make sure the recipes taste good before I make them for you guys. And in case you're wondering like why I was kind of smushing it down and kind of flattened it out a bit more, for 2 reasons. One, I actually like the seasonings and stuff to really be ingrained in the meat, so I kind of press it down into the meat just so it sinks in a little bit easier. So for example, when I put it on the pan, a lot of it doesn't just fall off or go on the pan. I want it deep in the meat so it actually tastes really good. I also do it because it flattens the meat as well, which means that it's going to cook a little bit faster as well. Even though steak really depends on how you want it, you can just put it on there, you know what I mean? I am going to aim to do it like medium rare. Normally I used to always go for medium, but I've been trying it medium rare lately, and I can't lie, it does taste better, it tastes banging. Right guys, and we are done. Voila, we have a beautiful steak and some mixed vegetables and some sweet potatoes. This is looking at around 700 calories and around 60 grams of protein. I'll put the macros on the screen for you guys to see, but I'm super happy and I'm really hungry, which is why this is such a filling meal. But yeah, this is a decent recipe, pretty easy to make as well, and tastes pretty good. So I'm gonna eat this right now. Fork. Oh. When I say that I am absolutely starved, let me just taste this steak properly now. Alright, let's try it. A little bit pink in the middle. Mmm. Oh, that bangs. That bangs. That tastes so damn good. Bearing in mind, I've never really even liked steak, but recently I just happened to walk past the store and one of them looked really good. So I thought, let me just buy it, and boy, it just tasted really, really good. That was delicious, people. Anyway, typically after my dinners, what I normally have is something kind of sweet tasting. So I'm going to opt for blueberries. These Asda ones taste really, really good, nice and sweet. Alright people, it's about that time. It's been about a couple hours since the steak, because that shit was filling as hell. Like every time I eat steak, it's just super filling. I eat a lot of cod, so I could eat 225 grams of cod easy. I normally eat 260, but steak is just so much more filling. Anyways, what I'm gonna get now, just to end out the day, just so I can reach those macros, is, bearing in mind I'm not actually that hungry, what I'm gonna end out on is one of the Muscle Food Chinese chicken sticks with a pack of protein pancakes. For 2 of the protein pancakes, we're looking at 11 grams of protein. The Chinese chicken stick is 17 grams dead on, and that should literally push us at around 200 grams of protein for the day, and probably around the 2,500 marker. I will put the macros on screen of the food I just mentioned and the total day. Feel free to let me know what you think of the video. If you enjoyed it, hit double thumbs up, and let me know if there's any other version of this day you'd like to see me do. So an example of, I don't know, 3,000 calories or under 100 grams of carbs for a day or something along those lines. So at least then those of you that eat those sort of macros have something you can watch that can kind of relate to the foods I eat. Anyways people, thanks for watching. I'm going to eat that food now and more or less watch Netflix and fall asleep. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.